survolant nos lacs pittoresques,
When flying over our beautiful lakes, our beautiful hills and forests, our volcanoes, our towns and cities, you have the feeling to be somewhere in paradise. You have noticed when landing how difficult it was to know the city limits of Goma and Gisenyi. They demonstrate how nature and history have irreversibly put them side by side despite the will of one or the other
Est-ce que la
mind.
nature et l'histoire ont mis côte à côte de manière irrémédiable, quelle que soit la volonté de l'un ou l'autre esprit. Mais, dans ce paradis que vous avez contemplé,
But in this paradise, thousands of humans and animals live an indescribable tragedy for over a decade, specifically since 1994, when armed men, former FAR and Inter-Amwe, came here amongst the Rwandan refugees. They came to our lands to perpetuate a macabre task in the slaughtering of nearly 1 million lives in few weeks, inspired by politicians.
leur pays, le Rwanda, en massacrant près d'un million de personnes en quelques semaines, instrumentalisés qu'ils étaient par des acteurs politiques.
That war called the War of the East is one of the worst that Africa has known. In the powerless look of the rest of the world, hundreds of thousands of Congolese were slaughtered. Towns were devastated and burned down. Thousands of families were displaced in and out of the DRC, taking with them the shock of sexual violences, his rapes, disarray of children having experienced slaughter, hunger, and exhaustion. The intolerable suffering of the people forced the Congolese government in taking uncomfortable decisions.
Tout le monde peut prendre des décisions faciles.
Everyone can make easy decisions, and daily politicians make easy decisions. Few men are capable of making hard decisions.
De prendre des décisions difficiles. Et l'opération
And the
conjointe
joint operation
entre les troupes
between Rwandan and Congolese troops was a hard decision.
était une décision difficile. Difficile parce que lourde de
Hard because the heavy consequences, political consequences, and politicians hate taking decisions with heavy consequences.
aux lourdes conséquences. C'est pour cette raison que
Following that decision,
de cette décision
we have to admit that our chief, the President Joseph Kabila Kabange, has demonstrated his capacity to be the leader of this country.
sa capacité de leader de ce pays. Parce que la capacité de leader, c'est celle de pouvoir
Because being a leader is being able to confront the public opinion
lorsqu'on est assuré
when you know that the decision you have taken is in the general interest. The mid-January intervention of the Rwandan troops in the DRC side by side with the Congolese army under the command of Lieutenant General John Numbi turns into reality, warming up the relations between Rwanda and the DRC. This reconciliation registers in the frame of the global policy of normalizing relations between the DRC and his neighbors. Let's go back to the Foreign Affairs Minister, Alexis Tambwe Mwamba, who enlightened us more in seeking peace in the Great Lakes region.
Nous avions des problèmes avec
We had problems
nos
with
trois
our
voisins,
three neighbors,
mais nous avons
but we have
réussi à
normalized
normaliser les choses,
things
de
much
manière
faster
un peu plus
for
rapide avec
Uganda and
et le
Burundi.
Et le
And
Rwanda
Rwanda
est resté,
remain a separate
un
case.
cas.
That is why
C'est
there's
pour cette
more
raison qu'on met
emphasis
beaucoup
on
plus
Rwanda
l'accent
today.
aujourd'hui sur le Rwanda, mais sur le Burundi où je me suis
But in the
déjà,
case of Burundi, we have been in a ministerial summit, and with Uganda, with whom we will meet next week between our two presidents in a summit here, things were a little easier compared to
à
Rwanda.
l'est du pays. On a mené exactement aussi une politique diplomatique forte, mais qui n'était pas aussi compliquée. Il faut reconnaître que ce n'était pas aussi compliqué.
Changing the three ambassadors in those countries at the same time is also a display of our determination of normalizing our relations with them, and it is essential to live in harmony with our neighbors.
D'échanger les trois ambassadeurs pratiquement au même moment. Il est indispensable que nous puissions vivre en harmonie parfaite avec tous les voisins que nous avons. À Bujumbura, nous avons toujours
In Bujumbura, we have a chargé d'affaires, and we will soon appoint an ambassador. And doing the same for Kampala, unlike at Kigali, where our embassy was simply closed, and we are working on refactioning the building and reopening it.
J'ai écrit d'ailleurs à mon collègue de travaux publics pour qu'il puisse dépêcher une équipe sur place de manière à réhabiliter déjà nos bâtiments.
Pour moi, aujourd'hui, l'importance primordiale, c'est l'importance politique et diplomatique.
The main achievements are political and diplomatic. We have always encouraged the reconciliation of the two countries, the DRC and Rwanda, and we have witnessed today the demonstration of the reconciliation.
Donc l'importance est politique et diplomatique. Sur le plan militaire,
in the military front, this operation has put the FDLR in disarray. But I agree that a lot remains to be done and need to be ready for new challenges ahead to put to rest the problems of the FDLR.
On ne peut pas être complaisant, pas du tout. Il y aura vraiment des défis dans l'avenir pour mettre terme au problème des FDLR.
The international community have walked with the two countries in their reconciliation because it's only with good relations with the two capitals that we can come to a sustainable peace in the region. Our wish, our task, day and night, is to help to achieve the reconciliation between both countries.
Pour renforcer cette relation entre les deux pays.
Only exceptional statesmanship allowed the leaders of our two countries to rise above differences for the greater cause, which is peace in our countries, peace in our region, peace for our people. For that, we salute them.
Despite of that, the operation tracking the FDLR is still on the way in the South Kivu till the total pacification.